Hello and welcome back to our baking channel, Baking with Chef Tonde. As promised in the last episode, today we present to you the finished custard tart, well baked to your satisfaction. So what we do, I will go stage by stage and show you the importance of what we were doing in the previous episode, why we were oiling, why we were doing this and that. So the importance of oiling your pan, it will come into effect. If you don't oil your pans very well, you will struggle even to when you are taking off your finished product. So if you don't oil, it will stick. So like in this case, if our oiling worked very well, we're gonna see the proof before us. If it was not well oiled, then you will have difficulties in taking it out. But since we trust that we oiled very well, so it mustn't have a problem taking it out. There we go. That's the first part. So most of the people, when they are making their custard tart, their base, it overlaps to the sides. So the base will come up. But as for me, I prefer, it's up to individual taste. But as for me, it's easier for me to just put the base at the bottom, which is the sweet paste, that biscuit paste that we made with Marie biscuit. The reason being, I don't want to feel more biscuit. I want to taste the custard tart. So I don't want more biscuit in my tart. So if you use sweet paste, you don't want to taste more sweet paste than the real tart. So the real tart is the filling. The base is just to hold the filling. So you don't want to taste more of the base than the real deal, which is the tart that you are filling inside the base. So the base is just like a cup, so like a glass of juice. It depends where you pour. You don't want, you want the contents. So the base is just like the glass, and the juice that you want to taste is the tart, which is the tart filling the inside. So as for me, I prefer just to put the base at the bottom, not the sides. So we're taking it out now. If we really oiled it and our oil worked and our base is right, it mustn't give us a hard time in taking it out, since the biscuit base has got butter already again, so it mustn't even be a problem. Like in this case, you can see it's dancing already, it's ready to come out. So here we go. Here is our custard tart. So as you can see, it's thin, and the reason why it's thin is because we used a wider pan. So if you want it to go higher, you use the smaller the pan, the more the filling go up. But in this case, I used a wider one because I don't want a lot also, because it's just for a dessert. It's not for you to fill the stomach. So it's just for a dessert to accompany a good meal. After a good meal, then you will want to just relax and enjoy a dessert. So this will give you a very nice thin layer of dessert. That's why I use a wider pan, so that it can sit and bake to the bottom. So now we're gonna cut it. So here is the tools that you use. This one is a lifter, it's for lifting. Then the cutter, I used this cutter because mine is thin enough to be cut with this type of cutter. but you can always use a knife as well. I'm going to take a knife. Yes, you can use a knife as well, just to cut it. Me, I prefer to use this than this one. It's obviously for utilizing the product, which is for eating and enjoying it. So what you do, you just cut it into, like here at home it's just the two of us, so we'll have to share. We can't really finish all this. There we go. We have our pieces. So you can use a knife as well. It's possible, but you will have to dip it in water and wipe it every time you cut. I prefer to use that cutter. Okay. Then this one was for lifting. Then it's this one is my tools for chef Tony. And then we have our most important tool for the finished product. That is, if you do it right and it came right, you'll have to test it. If you taste it nice, then good luck. You will enjoy your hard work. So I will show you how it will look. So we use our lifter for this purpose now. There we go. So we're gonna see the problems now that most of the people make when they are making. As I told you, I don't want my filling to be too high, because I just want, well, this is just for a dessert. It's not the main meal, it's a dessert. Just when you finish eating your nice meal, heavy meal, then you will have to take a slice and eat a slice. So here is our biscuit base. As you can see, it's the biscuit base, but you can use a scratch recipe and make your own sweet paste. But most of the people now, when it comes to the sweet paste, they have a problem. Their paste, when they make it sweet paste, it crumbles. So like now, if it was not right, when we cut like this, it was going to crumble. And the problem, that problem emanates from the use of wrong binding ingredients. In this case, the vital part of the paste and the ingredient that you use to bind, to come up with a perfect paste, is your shortening. And that shortening, in this case, it is our butter that we used in binding that we were fingering into the Marie biscuit. This is the one that is holding everything perfectly like this. Yeah, very nice. So your shortening is the most important ingredient when it comes to a perfect base. And when you are baking this type of tart, this custard tart, you don't want to bake it at a very high temperature. You must bake it at a minimum temperature, 180 degrees to 200. 200 if it's a big tart, which you've got a lot of filling in, it's high, then you have to lower your temperature to 180 so that the heat can go down and cook everything and will bake everything very well. So if you use higher temperatures in a bigger tart, the probability of the inside not being well baked are very high, or it will burn on top and bake at the bottom, and be watery in the middle. So you don't want a tart like that. You want a tart that is firm, well baked, and is the one that is very enjoyable to eat. It's very nice. Very nice. Then the flour, obviously, the flour we use cake flour, and the reason for cake flour is for the gluten, for the formation of gluten to be there, so that the gluten can bind very well the shortening and the butter and whatever you use, like the flour and the biscuit. If you are using the biscuit, then the case is different. But if you are using flour, use cake flour. Unless if you want your base, you are making, because this baking is evolving, is dynamic, and is changing every time. So it depends. R&D, are you so much into research and development? So you might find yourself maybe using bread flour but mixed with the cake flour, depending on how you want your base to be. You want it fine, you want it, but it's all about the gluten that we'll be dealing with, and it have got its own benefits as well as much as disadvantages. So much gluten and what. So, but we will go into that in the next episode. So it's just the flour for the base, the fats, which is the shortening, which is in this case is the butter that we used. Then what else our viewers were asking? There's nothing much as such to talk about. The only thing is just to sit back and enjoy our tart. Thank you. See you in the next episode, where we will be talking about the bread pudding, where we will be showing you how to make a bread pudding, how to get rid of excess breads. You don't need to throw away bread when you have leftover breads and stuff like that. So next episode we will be talking about and showing you how to make bread puddings, and we take it from there. Thank you.